everyone, Lexi here and welcome to Train Insane Velocidrone, a video series that will teach you how to fly your FPV drone as well as how to polish your already existing skills. Now, if you are not familiar with anything that is going on currently on the screen, please feel free to pause it right now as it has all the really important information in a nutshell. Now, also, I want to encourage you to follow our monthly calendar. It's absolutely free for you to download, and it's basically a good place to start. Whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced pilot, you can start from whichever day on the calendar and just follow all the calendar day by day. I mean, why not? And all the information about how to get this calendar, and it's absolutely free for you to use and download every single month. You're gonna be getting a new one, is down below in the description box. So hey, why not give it a try? Also, if you are a super beginner and if you want to learn a lot about FPV, I have a Skillshare course that is also absolutely free for you to use. Down below in the description box as well, all the information about it, and it will teach you all the basics about FPV drones, how to build them, how to kind of pick up your parts, as well as how to start with flying. Now, this video right here is a special request from Mr. Velocidrone, so here we go. Now, the thing is, I know that in a simulator, usually we are not, absolutely not, doing the arm, disarm, land and stuff like this. Usually we just finish our race and do a power loop or whatever, you know, happiness, or just let it go, let the drone crash somewhere far away. And I was kind of thinking like how to show how to actually land with the use of Velocidrone and with the use of my tutorials. So here it goes. I'm gonna do my best to explain to you how to land your drone, so when you get to the real life experience, you will not just crash it all over the place and destroy it after a really good flight or whatever you are doing, but it will also teach you on how to land on really small surfaces. My favorite is to land on tables and stuff like this. I really like landing on really small places. So anyway, let's go. As the words of introduction, we will have to do a couple of changes when it goes to our controller settings in the Velocidrone yourself. So here is a really nice screen, and what you're gonna do is to go to the controller tab. Now, controller tab is just right here, and here you get all the information about what your controller is actually doing, and you do have to have a couple of switches assigned in your controller as well. If you don't know how to assign the controller switches, I'm gonna leave the blog post that I'm making about it, so you will know how to set up a manual arming in Velocidrone down below in the description box. It's on my blog. So yeah, that's gonna be it if you don't know how to do it. If you already have some switches assigned because you are using them anyway in your normal drone, then this is how it's gonna look like. You just do your switches and stuff is going on. I'm actually not sure what those two switches are. Oh. Okay, I know, those are my LEDs actually. Anyway, now I'm gonna teach you how to assign the particular things to work in game. Now, what we need is arm motors. This is the thing right here. What you're gonna do is to first check which one you want. I want this one in particular because this is my normal arming switch in real life. So arm motors, I'm just clicking it and I'm clicking this axis right here. Now, as you can see, it switched the color, and whenever I'm arming it, it changes color just right here. See? It's working. So this is one of the things that is really important. Now, another thing that is really important here is that you go to the Nemesis mode, in which I hope you usually play. You select your quad, and now in arming, you switch from auto to manual. It has to be manual because otherwise we will not be able to proceed with this lesson. And I really hope that you can just, you know, follow it around. Now, once you get into the track, and this is the track called landing, again, all the information down below, you will get the manual mode enabled, and you absolutely see it, right? So this session is using manual mode. You must have arming and turtle mode switches set up on your controller. And we actually have it already, we already did it. If you want to have a turtle mode on your controller, you just go to the same thing with the controller settings and just assign another switch to the turtle mode. And this is all the information you need. Now, in this manual mode, you will see that there's armed and disarmed just right here. And this is the most important thing that you will need throughout this entire video. So now what I want you to do in this whole track is just to land in those circles right here. Now there's a couple of ways of actually doing the landing. So there's a couple of them that are bigger or smaller, just depending on how you want to do it. Now if we say that you want to land in here, what you can do is kind of go around it just to kind of lose all of your speed that you got from, I don't know, doing this, and let's say you need to land. They said like, oh no, there's a fire on the race and you need to land right now. So you just go somewhere like here, you lose the whole speed and you disarm and you kind of fall straight into it. As you can see, it didn't cause any trouble. You cannot do it from too far up, of course. You are trying to kind of get close enough to be able to kind of do it. So you are losing the whole speed. Let's say you see that you are not really far here and you just disarm. You can also land like this, it's absolutely fine. Come on, this is not going well. Okay, so that was a turtle mount. So this is absolutely fine if you just turn around, because if it's a race and they said like, hey, there's a fire, you cannot get up anyway, you will have to redo the whole thing, there will be a rerun, that's fine. Now the next thing that we can do to land is to kind of try to just pull it down. So this one is a little bit smaller. You can do it the same way, just to kind of orbit around it, but this is not something that I would propose necessarily. What I want you to do is to kind of just get straight into this and just land in it. It doesn't matter if you kind of fall on the side, it would be perfection if you didn't. So let's imagine that this thing is a table, yeah? We can imagine this, of course. So what I want you to do is, even if you have a really high angle on your camera, I have 50 degrees, you can just kind of slow it down. So let's imagine that this little thing is a table. It's absolutely possible that it's a table, just believe me, let's just imagine that. Now, what I want you to do is to go really slow, and even if you have a really high angle, I have like 50-degree angle here, so it's not going to be easy. You saw where it is. So I see where it is somewhere here, and I know that I'm going really slow, and I can just kind of fall down in it and disarm. And this is going to take a little bit of practice, of course. It won't be happening since day one. You need to have a feel for your drone as well. You need to kind of hear where it is if you are landing next to yourself on a table, and you will kind of hear a different sound when you are getting over the table. You can trust me on that. I don't know how to kind of explain it, but it's absolutely possible. And whenever you are landing, and you can land like either this, just put a little bit throttle less, put a little bit of pitch down, and eventually you will just fall down on the ground, disarm, and it's done. So it's just really delicate movements that you need to do. And again, see, I'm gonna just land up there with the same thing, because I tried to kind of get it like harder for you. You're welcome. So yeah, what I want you to do is just to kind of get in the whole thing from an angle, the right angle, of course, as you can see here. I kind of made it hard. And I want you just to fall, land in here and disarm. And that's it. And that's the whole thing that I want you to do. I mean, I know, seems pretty hard and easy at the same time. You can do it even like this. It's fine. I just want you to land everywhere you can without the distraction on your props. And this whole track is only about you landing. You can land again in a little bit of circle. So you just land here, disarm, works. Again here. You can just take your time. It doesn't matter how fast you go here. Just disarm. And the same for the place in here. Now it's really just important that you always disarm and you always get your quad kind of safe. You're not just, you know, falling in. So look, if I put a flip on, and just flip it. Let's say that you are somewhere, you finish the race, you don't just do this and disarm, because this is how you destroy your drone. You just don't do things like that. What I want you to do is to really be careful with the things that you are doing. If you want to land there, because it will make like really nice exit from your video, like, and disarmed. And it works. You can try it on this whole thing, like whatever you want to land in here. You want to land on this thing? Sure, let's do it. Oh, actually, can you fly there? Oh, I don't know if I can fly there. I could, a little bit. Okay, never mind. Oh, now I'm stuck. Oh, shoot. So what I want you to generally do is just to practice really low throttle and just the movement to land in whichever place you would like to land. Not like this, not just falling on the things. No, I want you to, well, not get outside of the map. That would be nice as a beginning. So yeah, what I want you to do is to really land as you really want it. Land in those little circles here. If you fall out like this, that's fine. You can just come and try again and again and again and just learn how to land properly, even if you kind of flip on the other side. So that's all that I had for you for today, and I hope you enjoyed and you will learn how to land. Also, be sure to tag me on your videos on which you are doing some perfect landings. It doesn't really have to be on the simulator, it can also be with your normal drones, but I just thought generally it's easier for everyone to just get the access to those things within the simulator rather than trying to train such things on the real drones. Some of you I know don't have real drones yet, so hey, we just all learning here. And yeah, that's all that I wanted to say. And whichever level you are on currently, don't forget to follow the monthly calendar. I will also add a little bit of landing in there, and this is going to be like a little separate video because it's something a little bit different. It's a different topic. It's just like a basic type of a thing. So I think it's really important for us to start doing real landings rather than just, you know, going through and through and through, because a lot of pilots, even pro pilots, don't really know how to land their drones safely and, you know, without too much distraction, or if there is no net or things like this, like you just slam it straight into the ground. So we don't want that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up to help me make algorithm extremely happy, and don't forget to subscribe and smash that bell button for more tutorials, more reviews, and some flying cars situations, because that's pretty cool, I think. Anyway, follow our monthly calendar. It's absolutely free for you to use, and all the information about it is down below in the description box. And that's probably basically it. If you want more tutorials, I'm leaving you a playlist just right here, and also here is a really nice video that you may enjoy. Also, if you want to support this program, don't forget to support me on Patreon. It starts at €2 a month, which is less than buying me a cup of coffee, which I'm finishing for one video each. Well, it's actually tea, it's not a coffee even, but you know what I'm saying, right? So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Stay awesome, fam. Bye!